Hey, what is up guys? We're going to be doing a deck profile today for Cyverse. This is a Code Talker variant, so we'll only be going into the 5 Code Talkers that's been released so far as the main engine of this deck really. They will act as our boss monsters for this deck, and it's a very interesting variant that people have actually delved into quite some time before. But overall, with the, coming of the Ritual, Fusion, and Synchro Cyverse monsters. I think a lot of Cyverse players have obviously shifted towards those, but I felt that the Code Talker variant had to get some kind of recognition, so I figure I might as well do a deck profile right here, focusing just on the Code Talkers. So there's no Fusions in this deck, no Rituals, and no Synchros, just purely the purpose is to bring out the Code Talkers and just do your thing here. I'll also make deck profiles separately for the other variants as well, so if you want to see a fusion variant, a synchro variant, or even a variant where we mix everything together, I'll definitely do that. But for now, I just want to give a bit of a different style to Cyverse here. So I'm going to start off with 2 Clock Wyvern. This card generates you a token right away in exchange for half his life, half his attack, so just providing you easy materials to allow you to link summon. And even if you don't want to use his effect, he's still an 1800 beat stick, so it comes in quite handy. Same applies for Link Streamer. Again, this allows you to generate another token, so overall you can go into more link summons there. Most of these cards help you just extend the board by adding in more monsters, whether it's tokens or, for example, Balancer Lord. You can actually pay 1,000 and obviously draw, allow you to actually special summon or normal summon another monster in addition to himself. So very important card, of course. And we also have Lady Debug, again just adding a level 3, so generating more material to add to the hand here as well. I'm going to be playing only 2 Prompt Thorn, but it's still good enough to tribute off any of these level 4 monsters right above here to get more of the normal monsters in the deck here. We're also going to be playing 2 copies of Backup Secretary. She's searchable by Lady Debug, so she's definitely quite nice. And again, just an easy special summon onto the field. We're obviously playing 2 Cyverse Gadget. This card can also generate tokens as well. Even when it leaves the field, it'll generate another token, so it's definitely quite good. And it's definitely worth playing at 2. Playing a Dotscaper because it's a once per duel effect, but still a great card. Same thing for Stack Reviver, once per duel, but it's still a really great card. And of course we're playing Widget Kid as well. Only playing 2 copies of this. I felt that you don't really need too many of them, and it's only once per turn anyway, but you will generate an extra monster from your hand, so it's going to be pretty cool here. So for the normal monsters, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Protron and 1 copy of Bitron, as well as 1 copy of Digitron as well. We're also going to be playing Cyverse Converter. Again, another monster can special from the hand, but of course it's only once per turn, so I'm just playing 1 for now. But I am playing 2 copies of Catch Eve level 2. These 2 are interchangeable. You can do whatever you want with it, but overall it's completely up to you on that case there. Also going to be playing a Sea Archiver. This card actually really works well here. A lot of you guys don't actually play this. I see a lot of deck profiles online that don't use this, so might actually go over the effect. If a monster is normal or special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, you can special summon this card from the graveyard or hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. So again, it just generates more special summons, and although you could play 3 copies of this or 3 copies of that or that, since they're once per turn, you won't be able to bring out more monsters. He's just a different monster that can special summon itself as well, so it's definitely just really nice. To end things off, we're playing 2 copies of Link Infraflyer. This card's obviously still one of the most great cards ever to just get a special summon right off the bat onto a link marker zone, so definitely really nice there. The whole deck is just focusing entirely on link summoning, but that's it for monsters. Let's move on to spells. With spells, we're playing 2 copies of Signet Backdoor. Not a bad card, it's just I'm playing 2 because it is a once per turn kind of thing, so don't want to draw into too many copies of it. Also playing one-time passcode, again just more materials for links, only 2 because it's a once per turn thing. Also playing 3 copies of Unexpected Die just because it's really a quick card that you just want to get it right away and just go with it all. So it's definitely quite nice to help you get into your link spider right off the bat. But of course for trap cards we're going to be playing something very interesting. Limit Code, this card's a really cool card. It's a once per duel effect, but I think a lot of you guys don't know what it does, so I'll go over the effect. If you have any cyberse link monsters in your graveyard, place 1 counter on this card for each of those monsters, and if you do, special summon a Code Talker monster from your extra deck and equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, you destroy the equipped monster. Once per turn during your end phase, remove 1 counter from this card. If you cannot, destroy it. You can only activate this once per duel. So it's a very nice card that focuses on the Code Talkers, but since you can only use one of them, we'll obviously play the one, and it's just a really nice card to go into. Recoded Live, this one also is for Code Talkers as well, but target a Link 3 cyberse link monster, so that means you can actually target any Link 3 monsters, so it works pretty well. And just special summon a Code Talker monster when you banish the first target, of course. So it's definitely really nice, and also if you control no monsters in your extra monster zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished Code Talker monsters and special summon it. So really great potential that you can actually use this card twice and get out potentially two Code Talkers, so that's really nice as well. But that's pretty much it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. Alright, so with the extra deck, of course, we are going to be playing a D Code Talker here. He's pretty much the first Code Talker. Definitely playing the N Code Talker as well. We're also going to be playing X Code Talker, and of course there's Trans Code Talker from the starter deck, and Power Code Talker from the structure deck. So these are the 5 Code Talkers that we have at our disposal, so definitely really fun to go for. But of course this deck can do other things as well. Bit of co-linking, and Trigate Wizard can do a lot of things as well. Actually I'm playing 2 copies of Trans Code Talker just because he's one of the better Code Talkers out there that you're actually okay with playing an extra copy of him. He's not too bad at all, so definitely a really nice card there. We are also playing a Vector Scare Archfiend. Like I said with Recoded Alive, the trap card we just went over, you can banish him as well and summon a Code Talker monster from your deck. It's just that the second effect of the trap card won't really work, but these 2 being Link 3 monsters can still work. For our last Link 3 monster, we have Detonate Deleter. Just a really good card, really. Its effect of once per turn, you contribute a monster this card points to and target a card your opponent controls and destroy it. Definitely a really, really nice card. We don't really have too much destruction effects. We're mostly just link summoning to get big monsters, attacking over, getting some unique co-link effects. But overall, this card definitely does the job in a quick and easy getting rid of your opponent's monsters or something like that. So it's definitely quite nice to play that. But that is all our Link 3s. There's actually quite a lot when you actually look at it like that. Almost 2/3 of the extra deck is Link 3 monsters. But for Link 2s, we're going to be playing Flame Administrator. Just a really great card. I wish it wasn't you can only control one of them, because I'll just play 3 and go into 3. But yeah, it's too bad. We're trying to attack our opponents. Update Jammer can completely lock our opponents from actually responding, so he's definitely well worth playing. Also playing a Honeybot, keeps your monsters protected. I think I'm only playing one of these just because, I don't know, I mean, you could go for 2 copies of these to do some other things, but overall I think 1 copy is certainly more than enough. Also playing Link Spider, just one of them, because your normal monsters can definitely go into it really easily here. Now, the last 2 cards I'm playing is Link Devotee and Link Disciple. These 2 actually work in a specific combo together. Not even a combo, it's really just they're both brought out at the same time, really. Link Devotee essentially locks you out from summoning Link 3 or higher monsters. Chose not to play any Link 4 monsters. As you can see, I'm not playing Topologic Bomber, I'm not playing Borreload, not playing Borrel Sword. Despite the fact that I really could, I wanted to focus this deck more so on the Code Talkers, and the whole purpose of this deck is more so for fun. We're not going for a competitive build. In fact, cyberse in general isn't really a competitive deck, unless you're playing Salamangreats, of course, but then again, that's a completely different deck. We're just focusing on the Code Talkers from Yu Saku's deck. So because of that, playing these makes sense, and making the Code Talkers the main focus is what my intention actually is here. But you can take out Link Devotee and Link Disciple and then just throw in 2 Link Karibos instead. You might be wondering, why am I not playing Link Karibo? Again, Link Karibos are more of a defensive card, and it's not something we really need in this deck. This deck is meant to be a combo deck. You're meant to just continually go into bigger or more Link monsters to actually go for other things. Putting in a Link Karibo is kind of pointless because we are never on the defense with this deck. We will always be going on more so an offense kind of thing. And with the 5 Code Talkers there at our side, we could definitely make this a really fun play style here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. If you guys want a more competitive variant, then sure, I could make one. But with a Code Talker specific build, I am definitely not going to do that here. So this is purely for fun. So, you know, hope you guys actually enjoy this deck when testing it out, and hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.